brought to my knees, far from my home in the Antipodes. A flightless bird, a dog on a leash, like Moses of old. You set me free. You try your best to do the right thing by me. You stay busy putting pain upon the page. This world of ebb and flow, passports and coffee, makes me dizzy, and I wanna make a change. You are a girl who's all on her own, and you can't get to sleep when you feel this alone. And it's not the same when we talk on the phone. Miss that skin upon skin, miss the breath and the bone. You try your best to do the right thing by me. You stay busy putting pain upon the page. This world of ebb and flow, passports and coffee, makes me dizzy, and I wanna make a change. So let's have a kid and move out of town where there's stars in the sky. Get our own patch of ground. Let the constant quiet slow everything down. Alone in our love, and I'll stick around.
Jack and Gus, thank you so much for coming in and playing from Hospital Hill, which I have to say it's now one of my favourite albums of the last couple of weeks anyway. And let's see how the next few months go. See if we can top it. So far, so
see
good,
what comes
though.
across the
Yeah.
Challenge set.
Yeah, so thank you. And I believe you recorded it in something crazy like 2 days. Is this true?
That's right, yeah, 2 days.
Tell me about that. How did you manage that?
We sat in the room and put the microphones on and ran through things until we were sort of happy with them, and then that was sort of it. There were about 10 songs, so we did, up to 5 takes, I think, of each song.
Wow.
And yeah, Bob's your uncle.
But we didn't
Got
cut
another.
between the takes, so
Right.
what you hear is entire takes of songs. I think we wanted to capture the kind of spontaneity and essence of a live performance, so that's why we decided to do it that way.
You know, there are going to be so many musicians out there now going, oh, fuck. You mean we can't spend like 6 weeks in the studio just like pissing about? And no, 2 days is all you need.
Well, I think that was almost the point, is like you can make anything sound perfect these days. So we wanted to try doing it from a place of, keeping it snappy.
I think it's worth noting, though. I mean, you're playing with a string quartet, and Gus, you're the cellist in that quartet, but you also did the arrangement. So I'm thinking The reason you could do it in 2 days is because you had an enormous amount of preparation, would you say?
Yeah, there's months and months of preparation that went on. Yeah. You know, when you write the arrangements, what you produce is a piece of paper, really, and then that's your work. And so you put everything into that and then hand it over and hope that they do with it what you wanted them to do, you know. So yeah, you do spend a lot of time thinking about the best way to express things and the best way to write stuff down.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you tell me a bit about the beginning of this whole album? Because it's come pretty soon after your last record. Home State, what was that, out like a year ago?
2016,
Wow.
I think August 2016. So this has been in the works for 5 years. Oh. So Gus and I met about 9 years ago in an elevator, and we've made lots of music together in lots of different ways. Gus plays bass and is an incredible, you know, bass player. So we've done a lot of work together where I've written songs and Gus has come in and played bass on my albums. But Gus is also classically trained, and we'd always kind of talked about doing this together, where we did something that was very collaborative with string quartet and vocals and guitar, and kind of made it a cohesive thing together. And it just took us a long time to get our schedules in order, basically.
Up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, it was about 5 years ago that we first had the idea, and it was really, there were songs on this record that that I wrote like 5 years ago that I'd passed on for previous albums just because I wanted to keep them specially for this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's interesting because there's such a cohesiveness to the songs on this record. I mean, they feel like they were all meant to be together. I'm surprised that there was sort of that separation in time.
Well, I mean, they are also, the thing that's different about a usual record is that they're cohesive in the sense that you use the same 5 instruments or 5 people for all the songs, and they're all recorded in the same space, which is not the case for most records and Jack's other albums, where you got open slather on what instruments you want to use on what song, you know. So they sit together sonically. I think they sit together lyrically. They
do. Like, that was something that we thought about. Like, we've been kind of conceptualizing it for a while, and there were themes that we wanted to bring in and kind of deal with across the whole album. So there were songs where I was like, no, that's a strings album song. I'm just going to leave that one and we'll come back to it later. And I'm really glad we did. Like, there were points where it was looking like maybe this wouldn't happen just because, you know, we've been busy and living in different countries for the last year. But I'm glad that we got it happening.
Yeah, well, I mean, I actually listened to it and thought, oh, this is an album from somebody who I think might be a little bit homesick. There's a bit of nostalgia in there. And I believe you've moved to the UK. You're living close to London or in London?
In London, yeah, in Stoke Newington.
So is there a little bit of homesickness? Is that what's coming through?
Yeah, but not so much from a sort of international London point of view. It's more, I've been thinking a lot about my childhood lately, and I think that's because I got married about 2.5 years ago, and you know, we're starting to think about where we want to set up and start a family. And I was really, really lucky in my childhood. I had a great upbringing in a beautiful town, but I didn't realise how lucky I was at the time. So I've just been, you know, that's been going around in my head a bit. And also, you know, I'm happily married now, so I can't write, you know, about, you know, having my heart broken.
No,
Got to write about something else.
Not yet.
hey, whoa.
Definitely not. It'll never happen. But that's interesting. If you're based in the UK, and I presume, are you still based over here?
Yeah, I live in Sydney.
Yeah. So how's that affecting your musical career, especially with one of your main collaborators all the way over here?
Well, I went over there to do the tour, you know, and Jack's come over here to do the tour. So it's just as easy either way. One of us has to travel rather than both of us, you know.
we're both pretty much traveling all the time anyway. So, and you know, the internet makes things pretty easy. But it has been really good to spend this last month and a half together and trekking around.
And going around your home country.
Yes, it's really good to be home. Yeah.
Tell me about London though. What's it like there for you musically? Are you finding it an inspirational place?
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot going on, you know. When we first got there, I felt a little bit, it was kind of intimidating, but I feel like I found my people now, and it's all going very, very well. Played a bunch of shows in London now, and we just did, I think, 15 shows across the UK.
About 15.
And yeah, I think there's a bit more of a tradition over there of like lyrical storytelling in music, and that really suits what we're doing. So yeah, the shows over there were really great.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was going to say, like, how is it being received? I mean, do people look at you as an Australian artist? Do they know? Does that come through?
Yeah, I think they know. It's probably because I say "G'day, mates" when I get
It's the corks around the hat.
Yeah, it's that one. It's keeping the flies. Yeah, they definitely know, and I think most people Australians seem to be pretty well liked over there. You know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of Australians in London. It's like
Right.
every second person you meet is Australian. It's pretty funny.
That is funny. But on the music scene, many Aussies or?
Yeah, there's quite a few. I went to an APRA event there a couple of months ago. APRA is the Australian Performing Rights Association, and yeah, it was absolutely packed with Aussies, and lots of them doing really well, and not just in the public-facing side of things, like in the production side of things, in the studio. There's Aussies doing great things over there.
Just taking over the world.
Yeah, pretty
That's
much.
it. So what's next? Are you guys going to make another album together? Are you going to go your separate ways for a while?
Who knows? We haven't really talked about it, but I'm sure Jack will definitely keep making solo albums, and then
Yeah.
we might keep doing some more collaborative albums. We'll see.
Cool. Will you move back here, do you think?
Yeah, we'll move back definitely, but I'm not sure when. I think
Okay.
we've got a little bit more time to spend over there in the UK. I've got a whole bunch of new songs written as well.
Already?
I'm not really thinking about that at the moment, but
Yeah.
they're on a hard drive somewhere. And yeah, I think whatever happens, we'll keep making music together.
Yeah. And so you're happily married and you've done this sort of nostalgia-tinged home album. So what's inspiring the new music?
Travel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. Okay, excellent. Well, I look forward to hearing it, and thank you so much for coming in. It was
Pleasure.
great to
Thanks
meet
for
you.
having
Thank
us.
you.
Thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Deep in the breast of your heels on 3 sides, I was trying to untangle my musical mind. I was dying to fit in and to feel alive as the river kept time. I was a schoolboy, only 15, playing Super Nintendo on an 8-inch TV, trying to feel in control of someone or something. I could feel you shrinking when I was an infant. You filled up my head with the smooth smell of incense and jazz cigarettes, and I knew that I loved you and could never forget, though you never knew me. And autumn would come with its chill in the air and the rustle of leaves like a sigh of despair. So we jumped from the branches into the river's cold care, and our teeth did chatter. Are you a demon? Are you a friend or a spinning roulette? Wheel of blood, black and red. I was told overthinking would mess with my head, and it made me worry. But you were my world for the longest of time, from the hospital hill to the valley behind, and the old sawmill wrecked like a ship in the night. I could feel us flounder, but the water brings life, pumping blood through your veins till you flourish and grow stronger every day. And I come and I go, but I can't stay away like a figure